Panthers. And we told you 2 weeks ago in Buffalo that it's a battle between Claude and Cherilus. One's going to win at practice. It's just been neck and
25. Line drive kick. It falls shy of the 20-yard line, and that'll bring out a flag.
Ball be placed at the 4-yard line. Automatic. First down.
Listen, you don't have to have 10 plays. You just need a few plays to make that coach say.
All now featuring double play, a new way to win, up to $10 million. Neither team playing most of its starters. And on first down, Owen Wright gets the call. Runs up the middle by Cam Jackson. Big 6'6", 330-pound second-year interior.
Keeping that edge so the running back can't get outside.
First pass play of the night. Travis Gibson first to the backfield, and he gets the sack on Davis Mills.
Great job. He's been doing that all camp as well.
Yeah, he beat the right tackle pretty much all this in the middle part of last season.
A loss of 7 on the play, and 2nd and 17. Pressure up the middle, and down goes Mills again.
Great blitz by Wallace. Great job. He timed it up well. He started to lean it up and disengage with his arms.
Well, they set up the screen on 3rd down and long.
And just made another tackle.
Another tackle, yeah.
He got some juice in this. This is what you want to see from your young guy.
Dave Canales told us Cherilus.
The tackle that was trying to block him to make the tackle.
That's a great job.
Kai Kroger, the former South Carolina Gamecock, punts it away. And Jimmy Horn will not have a chance to return this one. And so the Panthers will have the ball on offense. We get a chance to see Carolina with the football. Last week's win against Jacksonville. And on first down, it's a toss play. That's Trevor Aitchan, bumped out of bounds at the 23-yard gain of a couple. Bryce Young watching in his final preseason outing against Jacksonville. 5 of 6, 49 yards. Led a touchdown drive.
Yeah, really did a nice job last week. The only incompletion was on a miscommunication when he had someone that's kind of in his face. And now we're going empty.
Aitchan goes wide. On 2nd down. Pickett steps up and unable to elude the pursuit.
Yeah, it looked like a horse collar, but you can grab inside the pocket, inside the tackle box. So defensive linemen, they can reach and grab inside the back collar. You can grab inside the neck of the shoulder.
Sebastian Harsh with the sack. Screen pass, John Mechie. And he gets close to the original line of scrimmage. And 3 and out go the Panthers. Sam Martin will punt. Mechie, one of those guys competing for that wide receiver spot on the 53-man roster. We'll see how many the Panthers take, whether it's 5, 6, or 7.
Yeah, it's something we're going to discuss all night. Who's going to be at the bottom of the roster and who's going to make it. And I think it's nice. If you go back to the first year with Canales, I don't think there was much trouble in getting to the final cuts. And it was looking for the waiver wire. We're looking to pick up guys.
Martin kicks it away. And Tremont Smith makes the catch. 5-yard return on a 42-yard punt.
I tell you, this is going to
goals from one game to the next. Communication and then the urgency to win. Canales now in year 3. The expectation has been raised after a playoff berth. A big crowd expected for the season opener airs. Deuce Vaughn, the former K-State running back, picks up 4 on first down, 2nd down and 6.
Claude Cherilus with the play. That's linebackers are showing about some of these last games, Steve.
Yep.
These guys, they know what's at stake.
Yes,
they know what's at the line, and so it is. I mean, it's all
being sound versus just aimlessly running through the hole.
Rain still falling. Vaughn gets the call, broke a tackle in the backfield, and then mobbed at about the 48-yard line. Jared Harrison Hunt, one of those.
So a John Mechie possibility playing special teams, and now he has to possibly catch a kickoff or a punt in the rain, and he doesn't do it very often. Worst time, but I expect him to step up to the challenge.
Mills on the slant completes for a first down to the Carolina 40. That's Jared Wayne, a gain of 13.
Yeah, nice job by Davis Mills getting the ball out quick. You got to give Davis Mills credit. Last year, he started 3 games for the Texans and won all 3 of them. He's been there for a while with the Texans. He was drafted there, I think, 6 years ago.
Yep.
The guy is a big, strong, and he knows exactly what they want to do in this offense. In a game like tonight, don't make a mistake, don't make a turnover, long, methodical drives.
He was essentially a 2-year starter before C.J. Stroud was drafted. Another handoff to Vaughn. Crashing through the line. Incoom could not make the initial tackle. And the Panthers finally gang up on him at the 37-yard line.
But I love the gang up on him. That's something we've been missing in the last couple of weeks. So I love that you point that out. I haven't seen that many blue jerseys. You got to remember, this is the 4th preseason. So these guys have heavy feet because they're young. But this is what me and old Jakey Poo right here used to do. We used to be in training camp for a long time.
Second down and 5. Another give to Vaughn. Thomas Incoom with the tackle for loss.
Yeah, Incoom has shown up week in and week out. We know what he can do on special teams. They tried to get a backside block. The tight end was trying to come backside. He was able to slip that block.
An assignment, use your brain, hit ball, see ball.
One of the things the coaches told us at the beginning of preseason, they wanted to see Incoom play the run. That is a big play to put on tape there for Thomas Incoom, who has been a special team standout with the Panthers. On third down, Mills under pressure, and that is intercepted. Lathan Ransom, the second-year safety out of Ohio State.
This is awesome. Go celebrate.
You know, some people can say, hey, the ball hit him right in the chest. You still have to make the play. There's a reason defensive backs play defensive backs, because they can't catch, right, Steve?
I've seen some receivers with a ball they didn't catch it.
But way to make a play. Rainy conditions started, and I said we're going to have a rainbow before the end of the night, so I called it.
Well, we got a pot of gold at the end of it with Lathan Ransom. And there is A.J. Dillon. Boy, has he had a strong preseason. And, Jake, he's really impressed us as a pass catcher as well as a ball carrier.
Yeah, you know, I think when the sheer size of him and his legs, everybody talks about Quadzilla and how big he is and how powerful. But he's really caught the football extremely well in all of our games so far this year. And he's done the same thing in practice. He's just one that he's been a true consummate pro.
Consistent. He's just been consistent all camp.
Dealt with some injuries the last few years. We get movement on the left side of that offensive line. James Mitchell, the tight end, moved.
Offense, number 85. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Well, the weather report is brought to you by WSOC TV. While we had the weather and the rain and the lightning and the thunder before the game, I was on Brad Panovich alert.
Nice.
He's the guy, man. He's the guy.
Who's that?
Brad Panovich.
Weatherman in Charlotte.
Best weather guy.
Oh, my bad.
In town.
I just look at apps. So
okay. Yeah.
I start watching them now.
Second down and 8. Pickett moves the pocket and finds David Moore, the reliable veteran, for a first down.
That's a great job by Kenny Pickett of not waiting. It's open now, get rid of it. He gets the ball, he takes 3 steps, and he gets rid of it. David Moore's wide open. Don't wait around, get the first down. We had success on first down, then we had the 5-yard penalty. Let's hurry up, let's get a first down, get a new set of downs.
Yeah, smart play. He's done a really good job of going through his progressions, taking what the defense gives him. He's been consistent. I love the pickup at free agency.
There's Dillon changing directions. He's always been more north-south than east-west, and he got a yard.
So if we look at that closely, that ball almost popped up.
Yep.
It is wet. You have to secure it. He got the handoff, and he was starting to tuck it, and it kind of slipped up. It is a slippery sheen on these footballs. And you can see he gets it, and he's...
Dillon again. And it brings up a third down in Texans territory. Carla?
Well, I heard Jake talk about A.J. Dillon's quad squad size, well, just some numbers for the fans that are listening at home. They're actually 34 inches in circumference. So just in comparison, Saquon Barkley, 29 inches, a squat max of 675. So, yeah, just some numbers behind that.
It hurts just to think about that, doesn't it?
No, I mean, that man's lifting some weights.
He doesn't skip leg day. Third down. Too high for Mechie off his hands.
I was just talking about
There is a flag in the backfield. It's going to be on Houston.
Illegal use of the hands, hands to the face. Defense, number 50. 5-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
Solomon Byrd out of USC.
Some of the wide receivers have, because of the wetness of the ball, and also some of the gloves have that glossy sheen as well that Jake was referring to.
Here's Jimmy Horn on the fly sweep. He had a big 39-yard run on a similar play against Jacksonville last week, and he gets inside the 40 of Houston.
You know, I'm not so sure if he breaks this tackle. Okay.
I think he doesn't go down because he has more confidence and he's not
maybe so
concerned about getting hit. You got to understand, right, how these guys, confidence really helps a play.
Oh, there's no doubt. It could be a great point, but just you're seeing it with him.
Yes.
Listen, Chris Brazzell gets hurt, and that's all you heard about. You didn't hear much about Jimmy, and then next thing you know, Jimmy's making this play, Jimmy's making that play, Jimmy's doing the reverse. He's taking every opportunity that he's been given. He's making the most of it.
And we were also talking to Brad Idzik, the offensive coordinator, this week, and he said, you know, Jimmy really brought that mentality that we wanted to capture in the joint practice earlier this week, going up for those contested balls. They said the explosion is real for him, but it's really the consistency that they're still looking for, Anish.
That is a live ball. Now they say incomplete. Boy, it took a long time.
Going on the field, then incomplete pass.
To signal that was an incomplete ball after it hit the ground. And that's Kenny Pickett's first incompletion.
Football, and that's one that only a 4-man rush. You'd like to have a little more firmer protection there for Jimmy, because Kenny wanted to take a shot.
Brad Idzik, third-year offensive coordinator, first year as the play caller. He, along with Dave Canales and Harold Goodwin, are the architects of this Panther offense.
Carolina. Their first. It will be 30 seconds.
Timeout by the Panthers, 4th and 4. It's preseason, but this is
we practiced a number of plays, and I remember a couple of times that I ran a great play. I loved it, and you didn't like it, and they took it out. I remember. Still holding a grudge about it.
Now walking on his own. Texans on offense. Last drive ended in a turnover, and Devontae Smith gets his hand in there to break that up.
That is 2 plays in a row. Devontae on first down was able to come up and make the physical tackle on the run, and then a very nice job.
Ball is coming in there just doing his job.
Against a 5-man rush, and Devontae Smith there to knock it away again. That was the Devontae Smith drive.
It definitely was, and he's one that Coach Evero talked about the last couple of weeks in our production meeting call.
Back there, he has gloves on, so it'll be interesting to see what he does. End over end, wet ball, secure first.
Here's Horn. Not much room. Only a 1-yard return after a 42-yard punt. Offense back out there for the Panthers. Kenny Pickett still in there.
4 yards. He's able to finish the play.
A.J. Dillon gets the call. Amtrak's across the 25. It just seems when he gets the ball, it's positive yards.
It's downhill, man. It's downhill, and, you know, you could just envision as the court, those legs coming behind you.
The fake to Dillon in traffic, and the catch is made. Jasim Reed,
great throw.
Second-year man from San Diego, who is very much in the mix for a spot on the 53.
Very much so. Coaches did a really good job of putting them in going with the ones against the Texans to see if he can play up to the standard. When you're going against third and fourth corners, these guys will be playing special teams. They won't be playing in the game, but going against Lassiter and going against Stingley Jr., man, that's a tough task, and he did a really good job.
Dillon again. Now that Houston defense, a lot was made of the offense's struggles in the joint.
Against a top-tier defense.
Felipe Franks has a lot of value on special teams. JT Sanders played more than 100 snaps on special teams as Dillon catches the screen. You have Waller and his ability as a pass catcher. JT Sanders, former 4th-round pick. 5 tight ends you're probably not going to take, so if there's 4, somebody's the odd man out.
No, it's going to be numbers. There too. He's, to me, more of that traditional wide tight end.
Pickett wants Mechie, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, that play just didn't seem like it was.
He was dancing too much at the line. He didn't really get into his route as much as you would like to see.
Well, we're trying to take a shot, and it just didn't happen. We did a nice job on the 2nd and long getting the screenplay to make us in 3rd manageable, and then Coach Idzik called a shot. We just didn't.
Well, you call a shot, you give your guy an opportunity to kind of show up.
Brandon Codrington back deep for Houston. Sam Martin with a line drive kick. Bounces inside the 20, takes a Panther roll, and it dies at the 10.
I'm not so sure that was planned.
That was not. It missed.
Davis Mills still in there at quarterback for Houston. Dropped the ball. Hands it off to Vaughn, who gets about 3.
It's pretty sloppy right now, and that's the one thing that you don't want to see. As we're calling this Panther broadcast, yeah, I like to see the Texans struggling because, I mean, the Panthers, but we're just, nobody's really crisp. And you don't want to use weather as an excuse, but you'd like to get just a little more something with the offense.
You saw Pete Hansen a moment ago. He's calling the plays on defense tonight instead of Ejiro Overo, the defensive coordinator.
Yeah, and I love that.
Out for the Panthers. He got a chance in the preseason the last few years to call plays. That's tipped. Oh, and some extracurriculars after the play. Did not see a flag come in.
I don't think he knew.
Yeah.
He didn't know that he didn't pick it. That's still a penalty, though, right? Love the effort.
3rd down and 7. Pressure off the edge. The screen to Vaughn, and he's tackled well shy of the marker.
Great play.
Muma Jongmeta, number 45 in blue. Cam Miller in there as well.
That is so perfect for Muma because he is a special team. I got that one down.
Oh, good job.
He and I became buddies last season.
Kroger punts it away. Let's see what Jimmy Horn can do. Horn with room for a return. Kept the feet churning. There is a flag down near midfield.
Might be a re-kick. Special team coach always told me, nothing good ever happens on a re-kick.
Play both during the kick. Holding, receiving team, number 32. That penalty is declined. Holding, receiving team, number 42. That 10-yard penalty is administered from the end of the kick. 1st down.
Well,
timeout.
So much for the re-kick.
I would have took a re-kick.
Was not an option. You're watching Panthers football.
Closer as brothers, so we can have them real, sometimes uncomfortable talks, and just push each other because we know the type of ball that we can play.
You ranked in the top 10 in a lot of categories last year, 19 pass breakups as well. Where is the bar set for you specifically this season?
So my goals, 6 picks, take 3 to the crib, 10 PBUs, 10 pass defended, 2 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, less than 2 touchdowns given up, and 80 tackles, have no more than 5 missed tackles.
You've been with the Panthers going into your 3rd season now. This is the longest you've ever played through a contract. How much has it meant for you to be a part of this organization and what you've been able to prove here?
It means a lot. You know, Charlotte welcomed me with open arms. I love it here, so it means a lot just to come out here and play football and just wear this that special color blue I love.
And real quick, this one's for Anish. Did you play chess before tonight's matchup?
Nah, I didn't.
Carly told me he plays chess before every game, but he's not playing tonight, so no need to play chess. Flags down.
It's a sloppy football right now.
False start. Offense, number 76. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That's a name to watch. Albert Reese. He is a 6'7", 330-pound undrafted rookie. Born in Edmonton. Dad was a former CFL D lineman. Kyle Trask is in at quarterback. He's QB3. Haynes King, who had hurt his hamstring at the end of that game and has not seen the field since. Low snap. Trask over the middle, intercepted. Too much air under it. Intended for Mechie. And the Texans return it inside the Panther 30-yard line. It's George Odom.
Yeah, that's one.
He wants to give that one back.
Yeah, there's no doubt. He wants to give it back. You never want to throw late down the middle. Maybe, but you'd like to see a little more clean play.
New quarterback for Houston, Brett Rippon, 30-year-old veteran. And he completes in the flat. Not a whole lot of room for Sterling Shepard, veteran wideout. Rippon, the nephew of Super Bowl MVP winning quarterback Mark Rippon.
Had a couple of nice plays so far tonight.
2nd and 10, no gain on the play. Quick throw over the middle, knocked up and broken up. That's Robert Rochelle again on cue.
Kind of having more defensive players show up tonight than we have offensive players.
Yeah,
we talked about Claude Sherrill. Let's talk about Trevin Wallace. Gibby showing up. Devontae Smith showing up. Now Robert
told me on the training camp live show Monday that some of the most physical games he's been a part of, the last preseason game, when guys sometimes are playing for the last times in their career. Short pass, caught by Wright. He gets upended. Jackson Kuwach makes the play. Rookie 7th rounder from Miami, Ohio, who's really impressed coaches in this preseason.
Has really impressed. He's made plays. You know he's going to play special teams. He's going to give you everything he has. And me and Jake could talk about NFL U right now, and I want to make a presence.
A field goal attempt for Kaimi Fairbairn. A 38-yarder. $3-0 Houston. Texans capitalize off the Kyle Trask interception. We'll be right back with a word. Barron lets it fly. And here's Mechie from the 1. And crunched just shy of the 25. Let's bring in Derek Brown, who's had a fantastic career.
To be honest, Devin coming in, leading at the Mike spot, and, you know, Jalen being on the edge, me and him trying to learn what it's like to play next to each other has been a great thing ever since April.
Hey, Derek, Jake Delhomme here. I just want to talk about last year. You missed the whole year, basically, in 2024. How did it take a little bit of time for you to get back up to speed the way you played in 23 when you set the all-time record for individual tackles as an interior defensive lineman?
I definitely, you know, missing 24, that sucked. Watching these guys be out here without me. But I tell you what, coming back in 25, I've never really woken up in the morning with nerves, walking around my room up at 6 a.m. But, I mean, that definitely was a little nervous point before Jacksonville's game, that first game we kicked off. And it didn't really help with the weather delay. But, you know, when I got out there and got my feet wet again and kind of just started doing what I do, man, and it just kind of like, it was like second nature again, and I loved it.
How important is it that Todd Walsh is still your defensive line coach? Because you mentioned something when you broke the record. He never lets up on the details, and I thought that was so important for people to hear because you had established yourself. But you talk about him harping on the small details every day.
No, it doesn't matter in the room with Wash if you're a Pro Bowler or if you're a rookie. It doesn't matter. It's the same treatment all the way across the board, and we're going to work every single day.
Hey, Derek, Steve Smith here. What are some of the things that you've had to fight through? You being injured and getting back on the football field, but still finding that balance of knowing who you are, but also trying to put away the injuries of getting up every day.
Man, I would say like it was crazy. I feel like during that time, like the leadership role kind of kicked in, right? So I learned so much more about that. Learned about also being able to be in a point of where, you know, sitting here and you know, being able to, you know, have an opinion to give guys that, you know, going through what I went through. And I thought it was an awesome thing to just be able to enjoy. And you know, obviously it wasn't enjoyable to be hurt, but I mean, just kind of sit around and be with the guys and, you know, kind of be an ear during that time. That was a special time for me. And I think, you know, coming back, I lead by example with my play on the field. And then also too, man, I'm able to tell these guys about my experiences.
Jassim Reed looked like he slipped on the wet turf. Had a chance to make a play there. Derek, for you, for Chuba Hubbard, Tommy Tremble, some of the guys who've been here through a lot of ups and downs, getting to the postseason, getting a taste of that last year. What did that do for you guys as you kind of looked?
Us coming out and winning games early in the season and, you know, establishing who we are on the front end of the season. You know, I think that's been a lot of the philosophy for the offseason was to, you know, we want to start fast, you know, not take so many, not take so long to get into what we do. And I think that's like just talking about the season in general. And so, I mean, it started in practice, jumping out, having team periods early in practice. And I mean, it's one of those things that, you know, we've been harping on. Coaches put that message out, and I mean, it's been received from the leaders and delivered to the team.
That's going to be rocking when this place is. Derek, thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Derek.
There's Derek Brown. He's got the highest Madden rating of any interior defensive lineman. That was a near pick. It's going to bring up 4th down.
And he should. Man, massive, man. Just the way he's able to affect everything. He moves people, removes people out of the way, takes on double T, sheds blocks, just does a lot of the things as a and B gap player that you normally don't see. You see guys like that on the edge.
And Steve, last year we started to see him get to the quarterback even more. 5 sacks, a career high.
Yeah, he just an outstanding player. Great pick for the Carolina Panthers, and we will be benefiting from his ability to just work hard years after year.
Sam Martin's punt goes out of bounds. Houston will start inside its own 20-yard line. Dave Cannell.
Team where probably one of the most dominant defensive linemen in Derek Brown, and watch him work every day. Watch Jalen Phillips work every day. That's the thing, Devin Lloyd, the leader. You come into a situation where, okay, I know what a professional looks like. Yep. These guys are better than me, and they practice harder than me. I mean, like that's where these young kids can grow up really, really fast.
On 2nd down, rip into the air, and that's complete. Josh Kelly with the reception, and a 1st down up to the 30.
You see, the Houston Texans have really figured out, hey, let's get the ball out quick.
Football, in essence, so that's all they're doing. Get it out, let rip in. He's a veteran, I think a 7-year veteran out of Boise State. Get rid of the ball, give our guys a chance.
Handoff to Vaughn. Out to the 37.
Yeah, you'd like to see our defense kind of tighten up. You know, Houston, it's the first time they've kind of gotten somewhat of a little bit of a rhythm.
Yeah. And you see they're going down the field, and that's where you get yourself in trouble, and they can get you with an explosive play.
On 2nd and 3, ball's on the ground. Cam Gill covers it up for Carolina. 2nd takeaway for the Panthers.
It's a great job. Opportunity, being in the right place, getting your gaps, and then the opportunity comes. It's a great job.
It's got to be pretty slippery down there. We've seen the ball kind of, y'all never did.
Just did in our minds.
What is the thought bubble saying right now?
I don't play anymore.
No, okay, you're over that.
No, but here's what I'll say. Jake and I would yell at each other. We were free with communicating, but never did I ever sit there and think, who's this guy? You know who he was? He was a guy that fed me. He was a guy that gave me my opportunity, who depended on me, and I didn't want to let him down, or anyone else in that huddle.
You guys created a lot of great memories for this franchise. Trask in trouble.
Great job.
And turns
great
that
decision.
into something. And you know, that play now sets up a 3rd down in about 4, Jake. So now, wet field, you put the offense in a 4-down situation.
This can be 2-down territory if we don't get it.
Matching in motion. Looked like an RPO. David Moore with the reception. It's a first down inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, a little worried they could have a lineman downfield when you have to recoil. First thing you look for.
And the lineman goes, he gets out the sideline, gives a little break. I tell you, one of the things that I was really noticing.
I think we're going to go down to the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, it's the second line. Is the ground is wet, and they're whether they catch it or they're footed.
We have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock on 1st and 10. That's Trey Tyus. He was on the practice squad last year. We were talking in the break. Brady Christensen, longtime Panther, came back after an Achilles injury right before the start of training camp. He's playing left tackle on this drive. His biggest asset, his versatility to play across the offensive line.
No, we played him at tight end some. We play him at yours. What time of year? November. Okay.
But I didn't start to feel better until
Tyus gets the call after the Bears timeout, gets to the 10.
So you had it in November.
So I had it in November.
Yeah.
I started to feel a little bit better around September. And dang, Josh Norman tackles me and rolls up my ankle, and I had a hairline.
3rd down, Bears used their second timeout, or the Texans, excuse me, and nothing doing there by Tyus.
I think somebody's ready for the regular season.
I'm ready for the regular season. I think I called him the Bears twice just now.
I think somebody's ready for the well, listen, we have a little more than a half.
We got more than a half. 2 weeks from
Sundays.
That's why, Anish. Look, the Bears will take the field at half.
That's right.
Oh,
That's
let's see. Who you got? 12, 3, 8, 55 looks like a baller.
I think 3. I like that. He's
11.
smaller, but he's got some speed.
I like 11. He has one sleeve on, one sleeve off.
I like 3. He had a black shirt underneath.
Fitzgerald from 30 for the tie. And he sneaks it through the uprights. Tied at 3. 1:43 to go. Both teams have traded field goals. Carla, what's up at halftime?
Yeah, got a lot to look forward to. Anish, we know that the Bank of America Stadium had some.
Falcons, they have some quarterback decisions made. They had Tua. He's not playing well. Michael Penix is here. I'm hearing that there's an opportunity for him. And then Cleveland. Let's put that in the W column. Let's just call it what it is. Hey, this is the last preseason
Training camp, an extra 9 practices, an extra 4 days in pads that they hadn't had last year. The early bye will be welcomed.
Josh Kelly hauls that in near midfield.
Nice throw by Rippon. Good pocket. He let it go.
He spikes it. Chicago out of timeouts. 59 seconds on the clock.
Let's go back with the
Chicago. The Texans. I know.
Hey,
the Texans.
come on now.
Houston.
Get your stuff together.
I know,
Tighten
man.
up.
I know. Houston. I'm ready for.
I'm actually going to that game.
And it's a good time of year.
Yes.
Still October.
2nd and 10. Houston. Rippon from the pocket. Intercepted. Cam Miller. Across midfield. Now the Panthers have the football in Texans territory. They've got 2 timeouts and 51 seconds to go.
Yeah, 2 timeouts, 51 seconds. I think we've been very good at end of half situations, end of game situations. Let's see if we can get another one, get an opportunity.
Especially this preseason, the 2-minute drill has been the Panthers' specialty.
All right, Jake, you come out here, it's a turnover. It's end of half, 51 seconds left. Tell me, what do you do? And it better be a pass. I don't want to hear a run. Go.
No, first thing, I am dropping back, and first thing I need to know, where's our field goal?
Okay.
Where do I need to get for that field goal? Is it the 35, 36-yard line, whatever it may
Smart.
be?
Okay.
I have 2 timeouts.
That's cute. Go.
I'm
Now
going
get to the play.
Tell all my receivers, hey, catch the ball, get out of bounds.
Gotcha.
First play, bottom side.
Gotcha. Am I the smash or the end?
You're the smash.
All right, you throwing it to me because I'm a.
Oh, we fell down coming out the break.
You're going to throw it to me in the smash because I'm going to manipulate the corner by coming off slow, which gives the corner route. He's going to bail off on the corner, and then you got to throw it to me, and I can step out of bounds. I got to stab my my stats.
Trask able to check it down. Felipe Franks looking for the sideline.
Oh, yes. Great play.
Gets out of bounds
with a new set of downs.
And he picks up a first down.
Franks has improved dramatically as a tight end and just keeps getting better. You know,
he's elevated his play as a tight end all camp long.
He's had a touchdown catch this preseason. Blitz off the edge. Trask down the seam. Threads it to David Moore for a first down.
That's a great hands catch. Safety kind of showed what he was going to do a little bit. That's an old glance right there. Tight coverage, throw it in there.
And a timeout by Carolina.
What's that, fourth or fifth?
Low snap. Trask wanted Jasim Reed. Defender was right there.
That's a couple of times. I don't know if it's Reed's having he slipped coming out of a break. And
none of it has to do with it. It's a little bit of a lower leg injury. He's been out, wet surface. You're going to have to chop it up and make sure you get in and out of your break. So that's more of a mental thing in the circumstances.
Trask completes. That's the running back. It's Tyus. And Carolina will use its final timeout. 23 seconds to go. Third
downs. Run to the nearest sideline.
Trask to the end zone, too high. Wanted the tight end, James Mitchell. It's now fourth down, and the field goal unit comes on.
So it burned a few seconds off that play. Hey, let's take a shot. These are the things that you constantly work on that come through in a game, happen in a game.
Fitzgerald from 37 gives the Panthers a 6-3 lead.
Haven't played situational football in a long time.
Oh, that's so important. I mean, you know who he is if you're at any practice.
It's a touchback for the Texans. The scoring drive brought to you by Factory. So instead, a draw play. It's Owen Wright. Bears out of timeouts, and that
Texans.
My goodness, Texans. Thank you.
What is ready?
How many flags now?
No great man enters.
John Mechie. Flag down.
Yeah, I think we'll get a hold here.
Yeah, we could have got. We got one.
During the return, holding, receiving team number 45. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It's first down, Carolina.
Well, that is Mumajong Meta. We've said his name quite often. Out of the pistol. Trask downfield, and that's Jasim Reed who brings it in for a big gainer.
That was a nice operation by Trask. There was a lot of moving parts at the line of scrimmage. You have to take a receiver from
with the ground being wet that he could pop out. Didn't want to risk it. Great smart play by a young man.
A pickup of 20. Underneath. That's hauled in. It's Felipe Franks for 7 more.
Texans brought pressure. Kyle recognized it, catches the snap, get the ball out immediately. Just make something positive happen. Don't hold it too long. Get it out your hand. Really nice job of second.
Teammate Jimmy Horn Jr.'s necklace fell off.
Oh, we've seen runs like this all preseason from Trey Tyus. Breaking tackles, feet churning is. Bryce
told you he's fixing his necklace.
Is a man of all seasons, can do it all.
Yeah, he's fixing Jimmy Horn's necklace.
At least 10 of the players have to be first or second year players, and then you can have up to 6 players with unlimited NFL experience.
Yeah, certainly a big change from way back when in Steve and I's day when it was 5 guys on the practice squad, and those seats were they were hard to come by.
Well, it was actually 4 because we had the international guy. So the international guy became the practice squad, so it was 4.
So it's now you have 16, and then you can have.
And take a guy like Jasim Reed. He's one of the slot receivers. He was a practice squad player for the Panthers last year. Made some strides in his development. Jimmy Horn Jr.
Great catch.
Into Texans territory. It sets up a fourth down and about 4.
So you're talking about weight. That had nothing to do with weight. He was able to see. His vision is getting up there. He was able to see.
It's a different juice than a lot of. We're big, right?
He's Lewis Bond bobbled it. The Texans able to recover
Safety?
But they will begin at their own 2-yard line.
That's a bad one because Louis Bond is one of those guys, just like John Mechie. He's a guy that's fighting for his job, and he comes. It's always great to do it in practice.
Is that one, Steve, you want to?
There were 12 players on the field on the defense.
Oh,
that 5-yard penalty is administered and results in a first down.
So I could tell.
Timeout.
I can tell you exactly why he.
The Texans had too many men on the field.
There you go.
And that penalty gave the Panthers a new set of downs. And then Trey Tyus rips off the longest run by anybody today. It's a gain of about 17. It's a first down. We bring in Dan Morgan, the general manager of the Carolina Panthers. You've got a busy couple of days, Dan. Cuts. It comes down to 6 p.m. Sunday. As you make that final decision, what matters? Is it position group? Is it the individual? Is it the probability they get claimed by somebody else? Like, what's at the top of the pecking order as you trim the roster?
I think first and foremost, special teams is going to be the biggest thing, especially for the back end roster guys. If you can't play on special teams, then it's tough to make the team.
Flags down on the screen to Jimmy Horn.
I want to talk about Jimmy Horn. I have found ever since Brazil
10-yard penalty. Still first down.
It's a different juice, right?
Yeah.
He's not the big receiver like the majority of our guys, but he brings a different juice. And I guess you could say how proud of is the staff here of he's embraced his opportunity.
It was already going to be a difficult decision being made. These young guys haven't made it easier for you guys either. It's almost seemed like with Brazil going down, it's made some of the young guys that were maybe on the depth chart kind of push some of the other guys like Xavier and some of the other guys as well. Talk about that healthy competitiveness that's been developing in this wide receiver room.
Yeah, I think there's, a legit 7 guys that can make our team right now.
Okay.
And, it's coming down to the wire. And these games matter. They do matter. So looking at what these guys are doing out here tonight, Jimmy Horn making plays out there, Jassim making plays out there. I'm sure Mechie's going to get going here soon. So we have a lot of capable guys. It's a good problem, though. We have a good problem on our hand with, having some wideouts that can make plays. And, there's another guy right there, Casey Washington. He's another good player, and he's made plays every opportunity. Yeah, and that's part of seeing him grow and develop. You got to let these guys develop, and Jimmy's another case where he's developing. And
how about the way Felipe Franks has come on as a pass catcher? We knew what he could do on special teams.
Yep. Yeah, he's a really good teamer, but he's been balling.
Did this was the anticipation when you signed him back as a special teamer?
The fake.
Hit him.
Oh, incomplete for James Mitchell. So Darren Waller was added to the group during camp. Dave Canales has said you feel like you got 5 on the roster. Teams don't generally take 5. Feels like you got 7 wide receivers. Teams don't generally take 7. And then Haynes King at quarterback, right?
Yeah.
7 million people watch that first game, including everybody in the NFL. So as you try to figure out like how many you need for each position, one domino in one spot will have a trickle-down impact. So how do you piece that jigsaw together?
Again, they're good problems, right? We're talking every day. We're evaluating our roster every day and figuring out how we're going to put all these pieces together. And it's not easy because you want to keep your good players. So we got to sit down, and we have a lot of good ones out there. Isaiah Simmons. We talked about Felipe. You go down the roster, there's a lot of guys that
contribute. However, you still need to develop. And some of your guys are developing. They're getting back a little bit after injuries as well.
Yeah.
So how do you balance in going into the season, but not giving up on your guys, but at the same time, you got to have some
problems on our hands. Yeah.
Ryan Fitzgerald.
Figure out the depth piece of it right now until we get Timo and we get Icky back. So, but once we get them back, we're going to have some good problems on our hands. Yeah.
Ryan Fitzgerald, manager. Rippon still in there at quarterback. And a short run on first down. Scoring drive brought to you by Factory Motor Parts. Panthers scoring on their last drive, their third field goal there.
Yeah, I think it is. And, you know, Isaiah Simmons, he's one of the guys that's really stood out on teams. And, you know, you see him growing every day as a safety, too. So I think the DB group is looking really good. We're happy about where we're at right now. And, you know, we'll see how the cut down goes. Eating up blocks for us linebackers. You know, Harrison Hunt's another guy that we're keeping a close eye on and seeing how he's developing and progressing during training camp. And so, yeah, it's a healthy competition in there and a good group of guys. Those were all things we liked about him, you know, when we drafted him in the 7th round. So he's making a lot of progress, and we're really happy where he's going.
Hey, a guy like that, you see the school he comes from. Does that help you when you start to see that, hey, this is a player who understands multiple positions?
Quarterback sneak moves the chains. Dan, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you, because it's been in the news. Was there anybody who came to you and asked to be cut so they can go back and play in college?
Sure.
Does that change how you evaluate players?
I think it's part of the process. I think you got to look into all that. You know, it's a case-by-case basis. It can be a really good thing too, because, you know, those guys have money in their pocket. They're used to what it's like.
You said working guys up on the board. I don't think I had the opportunity, or they weren't doing that as much when me and you were coming out.
Yeah.
They say working on the board. What do you mean by that, but not giving away too much?
Yeah, I mean, just putting them up on the board and, you know, them talking through their scheme and, you know, the coverage responsibility. So, like, you're able to sit there and you're kind of blown away by some of the IQ that a lot of these guys have, the football IQ that they have up on the board.
That's awesome. Thank you for clearing that up.
So we had the extra preseason game, us in Arizona. Yeah. How much of a benefit is that to us, having those 9 extra practices, those 4 extra padded practices, and helping determine this roster and find out exactly who we have?
I think one of the biggest things I've noticed, you know, having the Hall of Fame games, and just, you know, the chemistry of the team, you can really feel it coming together. I think every day you just see these guys coming in. They love working with each other.
So with that volume of players being available and given your waiver priority now, not as high as it was a few years ago.
Yep.
How do you kind of manage that kind of volume and see who potentially could help?
Yeah, I think our pro scouts, led by Lee McNeil and Jarrett Kirksey, they do a great job. You know, each scout's responsible for a certain amount. We have meetings all the time on it, so we're going to be prepared. You know, no matter who gets cut, we're going to be ready to go.
It's a lot of reports.
It is.
Fairbairn for the field goal. And hooks it through. Dan Morgan, Panthers GM. Good luck this weekend. Thank you for joining us.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
Like, I wouldn't say I'm just, you know, totally quiet on the field, but I do try to let my play do the talking. And then, you know, just try to be myself. So, you know, I kind of get that a lot, though, so it's not uncommon to hear that.
Nick Scott, a teammate of yours, said that you and Lathan Ransom were like the Bash brothers, like on the Mighty Ducks. Do you adhere to that nickname with him?
Yeah, I dig it. It's definitely cool. You know, it's just a testament to our play style. I mean, not just us two. Like, I think in the safety room we try to, you know, instill that mindset of just a physical group. But yeah, me and Lathan, man, we you know, we share a lot of the same qualities in how we play the game.
And kind of the alternative rock, the things that you really like. So for today's game, what was the pre-game playlist? What was on it?
Honestly, it wasn't no rock today. It was back to rap. I couldn't even tell you, but I haven't gone back to alternative just yet.
Thanks, Anish.
Merrick taught himself how to play the guitar.
Wow.
There's a lot of musically inclined players on this roster. Merrick, Darren Waller now, Jalen Phillips.
That's pretty good.
We have come to the end of the third quarter. 15 minutes remain in the preseason for the Carolina. Into the game in the first half. He's played the entire second half on the slant, and he completes.
Brock Taylor, it's our guy.
Yeah, the big contested touchdown catch last week.
And then the tackle on the following play.
Great job. Great ball thrown on side, gets inside. Both guys inside. Trask had two options.
Late.
And that allows the receiver to kind of see what's going on, too. Sometimes it's hard to adjust when you're in the shotgun to see it that quickly.
Trask finds his tight end, James Mitchell. And Mitchell for a first down, a gain of 11.
That's a great tackle, but unfortunately, the tackler might be asleep.
Injured player, and we will step aside. Les Weiss. Trask the handoff, and it's Miles Davis for a short gain. Carla Metz is with Robert Hunt.
Then how excited are you to be back out on the field?
I'm pumped. I'm excited to get back out there. It's been a long time. I'm trying to get my feet back going. I'm excited. It's been a long time, and I'm really ready to go. So,
what did you take away from last year and just the recovery process and going through that for just the rest of your career?
Just I guess health is you kind of sit there and you question everything, but just don't take it for granted. This beautiful game that we get blessed to play, just don't take it for granted, I guess.
I know joint practice this week, maybe not the most positive, at least for the offensive side, but what were the positives from your point of view that y'all were able to take away with the Texans?
I think, those guys are good. I'll give them credit to those guys. But, man, I think we did some good stuff in the run game. Obviously, I wish we ran it a little more, just did what we did. But it was fun. I think we did some good things in the run game. I think.
Let's talk about the O-line now. Obviously, you've got some guys that you played with last season, but here you've got Luke, you've got Rashid, you've got Monroe. How have y'all been able to gel this preseason?
We're still doing it. It's gonna take time, but we're definitely getting it. This week we practiced together the most we probably have. But it's going to take time. You're getting each other languages down, figuring each other out, learning how to.
Going up against Julius Peppers as a rookie every day in camp and how that helped him get better. Monroe Freeling, the last couple of weeks, Trayvon Walker, Will Anderson, Daniil Hunter, Josh Hines-Allen. Dave Canales has said that is going to help him get better and get better quickly.
No, he will. Career in the NFL. And he's going to learn from days like he had on Wednesday. And that's how you bounce back.
Brock Taylor, incomplete.
I really think that a lot of fans and even beat writers and reporters had this unrealistic expectation. You look at the Houston Texans, just look good. But, man, I think we are so quick to give our opinion and understanding the process. You want to have those guys do well.
The Panthers convert on fourth down, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
I'm like Steve. It's
like, what would you rather have? Would you rather have a young player continue to go against guys who may not be playing in this league ever and looking good? Go. Touchdown.
Oh, give it to him.
And they do.
Yes.
Miles Davis, 7 steps to heaven. Touchdown for the Jazzman.
It's a great job, and his linemen help push him in there. Look, all the linemen are excited.
Convert the 4th down on a direct run right at the defense and then come right back with another direct run and a great run. 2 hands on the ball, and here comes the line pushing them in. Yeah, that's what you like to see. That's what you like to see finish, right? Coach talks about finish. That's one thing you like to see.
Look at the excitement of all the guys. Look at Washington.
First touchdown of the game. Maybe.
After review, The runner was short of the line to gain and the touchdown.
Come on,
Second down.
Well, we take that back. Brad Allen, the head referee.
Put him back in.
Put him back in and run the same play.
Yes.
Run the same play.
He's going right back in.
Put him back in. Give him the football.
Miles Davis, undrafted free agent
Out of Utah State.
Utah State.
I'm rooting for him right now. Hey, who you got this weekend, Jay? College.
No one this is next weekend.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Raging Cajuns play Lamar. Out of Beaumont, Josh McCown's son, NFL quarterback.
Why are you touching
is the quarterback at Lamar.
You don't have to point and touch me. Josh McCown's son?
Yes.
Which,
I think it's Aiden.
is Aiden? Oh, he's going to tear y'all up.
We'll see. I know who Anisha's watching this weekend.
Who are you watching?
The Bears, because he's been calling the Bears all night long.
Utah's playing Idaho.
The Vandals.
Yeah. Jordan Gross is going to be conflicted because he's from Idaho.
Right.
He's offensive line coach. He loves it. Offensive line coach at the University of Utah.
Yeah, first year as the O-line coach. Davis. He stopped short.
Yeah, he did.
That's a good stop by Texans defense. This is great. This is what I love to see. Look at the team. If we
go,
he gets it again.
Yeah.
Tying forward and in for a touchdown.
That's what I'm talking about.
And the bench loves it.
That's exciting, man. Listen,
that is.
NFL last preseason game. We don't know what's going to happen with many of these players. When Robert Hunt was getting interviewed by Carla, Caden Prescore catches a corner route, the tight end. Who greets him when he comes to the sideline? Every single one of the tight ends greet him. From Darren Waller, who just got here. I mean, it's awesome. Look, Bryce Young getting a little dance.
We've got our first touchdown of the game. After a replay review, a couple more plays. Miles Davis gets it done. Panthers football presented by Atrium Health.